Hey, I'm here with Crankbait, and you guys are from Arkansas, right?
Yeah, from Little Rock.
And so I know it's been a long time since you guys. How long has it been since you guys have played a show?
3 years.
3 years. Yeah. And so, as far as like what's it like getting to play again? Is it exciting?
Oh yeah. We kind of go straight crazy, just not playing anything. So it's not pleasant to be around us when we're not playing. At least I know I am. I'm not sure about them, but yeah, we definitely
got to release and exercise some demons, so that's much needed.
And so, one thing, I guess the one question I have is, this is my first time seeing you guys. So, what made you choose to have like the sound of like the two bassists and the drummer, and you do like noise? Would you call it?
Sound samples, keyboards, whatever can come out of a laptop.
Cool. Yeah. Like what? How did you guys what inspired that sound?
I always tell people evolution. We used to have a guitar player, started off as Hands of Filth, had a guitar player, bass player, female singer, played for a while around here. Guitar player quit. We tried to find a guitar player, couldn't find a guitar player, so I was like, screw it, I'll just play what he's playing on bass and I'll just play the guitar parts. So we got another bass player, then the singer started having problems, she quit, and I was like, I'll just start screaming, and so we turned into Crankbait.
So how long has Crankbait itself been like in existence, really?
94, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think 1994, 94 or 95, somewhere around there, we played our first show at Vino's with Typo Negative.
With who?
Typo Negative.
Oh my God, that's so cool! And so what's it like?
Before I was in the band. I mean, he's the only original member of the band. Eddie was a drummer back then. Another guy named Corbin was playing second bass. So we all joined back. I joined in 2009 after he'd been in another band called Indivai and Bleak House, I believe. Mike had a couple other bands, but yeah. So that was kind of the resurgence of Crankbait with the new stuff and learning the old stuff as well, because it's held up over time for sure.
Was it exciting to get to join a band like this?
It's been they were my favorite band, and I never got to see them. I was in Searcy at the time. At 15, when shows were going on around here, I didn't have a way to get down here, so I was listening to them on tape. And I remember when Mike came and let me try out, we hit the first change on Pray, and he's like, dude, I've never met you, but I don't know how you're doing that. And I was like, well, I've been air drumming y'all shit for about 10 years, so yeah, it's an absolute dream come true. They're the best guys around. So. And
so, as far as like what you do, like, what do you what kind of sounds are you trying to create? Is it stuff like, is it like pre-planned? Is it like keyboard stuff, or like just noise, or what?
It really just depends on what the song requires. On older stuff, Michael was using like tape loops and stuff, just found sounds and samples he would record on cassette and that. And so he asked me to come in to kind of handle that, so he didn't have to worry about messing with it live. So I had the know-how and the equipment. I do electronic music as my side projects mostly, so I have pretty much knowledge of software and just loading samples. And then we started getting together. I started adding synths in there. I actually kind of become the third bass player on some songs, which is kind of ridiculous. I figured I'd probably try to add in some high end, but it's actually I'm starting to play like third bass parts on synths and stuff like that.
I noticed
some songs are have drums parts that I'm playing along with as well. So just kind of layering that stuff in.
I noticed there were some songs where you could tell that there was an extra guitar-y sound in there, which was really cool, I think.
Yeah. Most of it, I'm a fan of distorted horns and stuff like that, and then also just distorted synths or whatever I can do, stuff like that. Layering in some texture, trying to get some better, more frequencies in there that mix in. It's not too, just overbearing mostly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, which one of you guys actually is the bass player? Like, which one of y'all handling the rhythm, and then which one of you does the guitar parts?
It kind of goes back and forth. Like, there's a lot of times where I'm playing the clean, what I would consider your traditional bass parts, and then we kind of go back and forth at just kind of whatever feels right in the song sometimes. And it may have to do with the vocals, what the vocals are doing, or I may just have an idea for a clean part, and I'm like, here, you play this instead, or we'll bounce things back and forth and just see what it sounds like, and we just kind of just play with it and see what happens. So it's not really a traditional setup. I'm closer to the guitar part as it is, but we kind of flip back and forth. So.
And so, like, have you always played bass, or do you also like doing kind of the guitar parts and stuff, or like, is it fun being in a band with like another bass player, or is it like weird, or what?
It's not fun at all. It's very weird. These guys blackmailed me and forced me to join this band.
Drove him to the desert.
I've been trying to quit for about 9 years now. No, I mean, two reasons I ended up joining the band is, one, I believe guitarists are the root of all evil.
Yes.
And I have OCD. And with this band, everything is in 8. With Crankbait, the 8. So it satisfies those needs for me.
So now that you guys have gotten your first show in 3 years out, like, are you going to keep trying to do more? Are you still going to go back into the lab, or like, what are y'all's plans from here?
We've got a lot of parts and pieces that we're working on now, and that was kind of the original idea, was not to play anything until we had all new material to play. So it's kind of the goal. But then this came along, and I'm like, yeah, I really want to play a show. It's been so long. So we all talked about it, agreed to jump on, and I know Wake hadn't played forever, so it's great to kind of share the stage with Hexus and Wake, because we've played with all of them before. So yeah, we were just, let's do it. So we broke out a set list, and now that this is over, we'll probably go back to try and put stuff together and get ready to record.
Well, that's exciting. And so I know you guys being from Arkansas, what's it like getting to see this scene come back the way that it has? Because, this festival is very well attended, I think. Like, is it exciting for you guys?
Oh yeah, it's always great to see, because I mean, I grew up in Little Rock and there was nothing to do but shows, and that's all you went to. And if there was a show going on, so there's always a crowd. And it's the cool thing about it is you didn't know who was playing. You just went to a show to see. I saw so many bands growing up that if I'd have heard them before, I may never went and saw them, but then I saw them live and liked them. So I mean, that's kind of the cool thing about going to music. And I always like shows where you mix and match a lot of media. It's not always just metal all the way through it. So I like to, throw everything, force people to kind of get outside their comfort zone and listen to things is kind of the best thing. I mean, I traditionally don't listen to just a whole lot of metal, because otherwise I think I'd just get bored and quit writing, because I listen a little bit of everything, so I'm all over the place. And I think these guys are kind of all the same way. We all have one of the things that kind of helps us out is somebody will bring something with what they think it's going to be and have it all written in their head, and then everybody will start putting in their parts, and it'll be a completely different take on what they thought was going to happen. And so a lot of the songs we start, I feel pretty confident by the time they end, they're nowhere near where everybody thought it was or what they thought was going to happen with it, and it helps having that kind of melting pot of a bunch of different styles, and everybody's got different musical backgrounds and tastes. And so a lot of times you're not just everybody's honed in on one lane. It kind of helps get you outside that, and you can kind of build off of it, because there's things you never even would have thought to put into a song. So I encourage it a lot.
Mutants especially always feels like a family reunion, of course, and even getting to see the bands that are coming from outside of Arkansas, and fans and artists and vendors and everybody, it's always definitely a huge family reunion. Everybody's hugging each other. We all love each other, and it's so great to see everybody, especially after what we've all been through.
And so if you haven't got a chance to check out Crankbait, absolutely give them a listen. Their music is absolutely incredible, and keep an eye out for those new songs. I have a feeling once you guys get going again in the scene, it's going to be so awesome. So yes, thank you so much for joining us. You guys are amazing, and yeah.